Well, guys, what's going on? Welcome to my review for tonight's edition of SmackDown Live. We're going to take a look and go over everything that took place on the November 14th edition of SmackDown Live, the go-home show. This is the final build for Survivor Series 2017, a show that I eagerly anticipate more and more and more each day. Let's hope that this show lives up to the hype, because like I said, WWE this week did a tremendous job. I'll give them credit when credit's due. They did a tremendous job of building towards Survivor Series, and it goes without saying that the show has a lot of potential headed into it. If it delivers, it could be one of the best shows of the year, but we'll have to see what plays out this Sunday. Speaking of tonight, this was a really good episode of SmackDown Live. One of the best episodes I've seen in a while. It's been a while since I've been this invested in SmackDown. I've been more so invested in Raw compared to SmackDown ever since Superstar Shakeup, but SmackDown definitely came out swinging tonight, and especially with that ending segment that really just left you going, wow, I am so excited. I'm so ready for Survivor Series. So we certainly have a lot to cover and talk about tonight. Like I said, when this video is posted, be sure to leave your comments down below for what you thought of SmackDown Live. So without further ado, let's talk about tonight's show. So we kick off tonight's show with Shane McMahon. He was backstage giving a rally of the troops speech and talking about how, getting them basically pumped up for Survivor Series and kicking Raw's ass. And then we go back to the ring. Daniel Bryan makes his return. Great seeing him back after being taken out several weeks ago by Kane. He gets down to the ring, and he says tonight, SmackDown Live, they're going to be ready. And they're going to be ready to go at Survivor Series. He says SmackDown Live is the better show. They have the better performers. He brought up the fact that they have John Cena, and despite the fact that Raw added Triple H, which was a huge announcement, Bryan says SmackDown will be able to get the job done. And we transition that into Bryan introducing your new WWE champion, the phenomenal one, the man that will challenge Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series in a match that I can't wait for. It cannot get here soon enough. So we have AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan in the same ring. That was great to see. It made me wish that we could see a match between those two. Match that I was hoping to see once Styles arrived in WWE. We won't get it, but it was pretty cool seeing both of them in the ring here. And I like the fact how Daniel Bryan threw it right back in Paul Heyman's face. He mocked Paul Heyman. He was essentially Paul Heyman he filled in for Paul Heyman, and, he did the advocate and introduced AJ Styles as the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And I have to say, Bryan really did a good job here with this promo. Just, like I said, mocking Heyman in a way, and advocating for AJ Styles. And he said, this was a good line right here, he says that Lesnar tends to quit like he did in WWE back in, of course, as we all know, in 2004, or also in UFC when he tapped out. So that was a nice little dig there. And AJ got on the mic. He said he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. He knows he's the best. He knows he can go the limit against Brock Lesnar. And he's not just going to stand there like Lesnar does as Heyman's puppet. He's going to prove that SmackDown Live is the house that he built. And it's going to be one hell of a match. It's going to be one hell of a fight. Like I said, I still can't believe we're getting it, but they did the right move. And AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. Let's go. I'm so excited. We'll definitely be doing live reactions for that match alone. And, of course, the Raw versus SmackDown 5-on-5. We'll be doing live reactions for both of those, but good way to start the show off here, and things continue to go from here. Like I said, this was a really good episode of SmackDown Live. It really flowed nicely. It went fast. It didn't really drag at all in spots. And backstage, AJ ran into Jinder Mahal, and he says he will beat AJ once again and become WWE champion. So I'm assuming they'll set up for a match at Clash of Champions, which will be the last pay-per-view of the year. It takes place in Boston next month. I don't think that they're going to have Jinder win back the title at the India Tour, due to the fact that apparently They canceled one of the days of the 2-day India tour, and now it's going to be Mahal versus Triple H. So there you go. We don't have much to worry about there. So we'll see where this goes heading into Clash of Champions. But right now, we'll just focus on what's going on at Survivor Series. Speaking of matches with implications for Survivor Series, nice little match here. I didn't really have much expectations for it, between Baron Corbin and Sin Cara with the United States Championship on the line here. Sin Cara actually got in a fair amount of offense and came close, but didn't come, to that point where he was able to get the win from Baron Corbin and go on and challenge The Miz at Survivor Series. But, for low expectations that I had for this match, it was pretty enjoyable. Corbin hit a deep 6, was able to get a 2 count. Sin Cara was able to hit a moonsault onto the outside of the ring. Nice spot there. He was able to get Corbin back in the ring. As he went to the top rope, he was met with the end of days, and Baron Corbin retained, so it's still going to be The Miz versus Baron Corbin. Easily my least anticipated match at Survivor Series. Who knows? Maybe it could be good. Maybe they'll surprise us. But that one and the Cruiserweight Championship are the two that I'm least looking forward to. In terms of, there's been build between The Miz and Baron Corbin with their exchanges on Twitter and, their shots that they've thrown back and forth across each other, across both shows. But, just to me, I don't know. I just can't really get too excited for this match for whatever reason it is. But we'll see how that goes. We had Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon. They were backstage. Bryan, Shane displaying a little tension here due to the fact of, Bryan getting laid out at the hands of Kane and Shane not really informing him about, him invading Raw over the several weeks ago. So Bryan, they're playing up the tension between him and Shane. We'll have to see where this goes. And he said they'll have to talk about it after Survivor Series. So we'll see where that little storyline ends up going. Perhaps Bryan plays a factor into the finish at Survivor Series. Maybe he helps Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Who knows? Maybe he aligns with them. There's a lot of different variables that I like that we have going into this 5-on-5 elimination match, which is what I wanted them to do. Put some stakes on it. Kurt Angle's job's on the line. Triple H is in it. John Cena. You got big names in there. And now it actually means something, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens because of the implications. Perhaps Jason Jordan costs Kurt Angle. Turns heel. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's what I like about it. Many different outcomes. Hopefully we get something good that sets the stage for something bigger down the line, onto the road, as we progress towards the road to WrestleMania. We had a SmackDown Women's Championship match. Natalya defending her championship versus Charlotte. These two worked a good match here. Enjoyed this match much more so compared to their Hell in a Cell match that they had in October. I don't know, to me, just something felt off about that match. And then the finish, of course, with the disqualification when Natalya used the chair. But here I thought, the crowd was really into it. They were in, North Carolina. So, obviously, they're going to be behind Charlotte. And they were. And when Charlotte was able to lock in that figure 8 on Natalya, and she made Natty tap out, and Charlotte, for the first time, won the SmackDown Women's Championship. And yeah, that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just wanted to get that right. So, great reaction for her. Crowd was chanting, "You deserve it," and Charlotte was very emotional, saying she wished her dad could be here, but, she did it for him. She won it for him. And as she walked up to the ring apron, or up the ramp, I should say, you hear Ric Flair's music hit. Ric Flair comes out, celebrates with Charlotte. It was a great moment seeing, woo, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, make his, I believe his first appearance on WWE television since his medical emergency that he had back in August. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but Flair looks like he's doing good. Like I said, I heard he's getting back into the gym and doing some training, so we're glad to see you're doing well, Nate, and we hope to have you around for a long, long time, because there's only one Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So great moment here, like I said, and a good match between Charlotte and Natalya. They work very well with one another, like I said. So, was happy to see Charlotte win the championship. We had a Luke Harper and Eric Rowan vignette. They're going to be making their re-debut next week as the Bludgeon Brothers. We'll see how far that goes. I'll give it a chance, but it would have been nice to have an explanation of why they're teaming up after the fact that they split. The last time we saw them, they were feuding against each other, with the dissension between them and Bray Wyatt. First they're together as the Wyatts, then Bray Wyatt frees them, then they come back together as the Wyatts, and then they split up again. I mean, it's just like, at least tie it all together. But I know that's not usually WWE's forte, logic and continuity. But I would like to see it. So we had Chad Gable versus Jimmy Uso. And the interesting thing about this match was how Chad Gable worked over the knee of Jimmy Uso, similar to what they did last week on SmackDown when it led to the disqualification when the Usos were counted out due to Jimmy Uso's knee being injured. So I noticed some heel tendencies here being displayed by Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I'm not sure if that's something they're going to be exploring down the line. Perhaps a heel turn from them. Maybe they turn the Usos babyface, because I sure enjoy the heck out of them every week. The Usos are just so fun, so entertaining to watch. They go out there and they can pretty much say whatever they want in these promos, and it wouldn't surprise me just from what I saw in this match, because I noticed that. Like, it looks like Gable's healing it up a little bit here, and it eventually cost him for working over the leg of Jimmy Uso, because Jey Uso, he chased Chad Gable as he was outside. He got back in the ring, and he was able to lay out Shelton Benjamin from the apron. And as Chad Gable was distracted, what happened there? Jimmy Uso was able to connect with a super kick and get the 3 count. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Like I said, maybe we see a double turn, perhaps. But moving on from there, we had what was supposed to be our main event. It was supposed to be The New Day taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, who make their return to SmackDown after being kicked off the European tour. We'll leave that for another time, another place to discuss, but point being is, the match was going. It was going pretty good, like I said, but I knew that something was going to happen here. I knew they were going to have a big show-closing angle, no pun intended, because Angle did come out to close out this show. So as the match is going on, we hear the Shield's music hit. They make their entrance through the crowd, and that they have revenge and retribution on their minds towards the New Day. New Day interfered. They cost Ambrose and Rollins the championships. Shield's coming down there to kick some ass. That's exactly what they did. And at first I was worried. I'm like, is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, are they going to help the New Day? Why would they want to do that? They don't care about this Raw versus SmackDown, any of this, in storyline. So they left. They're a bunch of jerks. They got the hell out of there, split, and they left the New Day to get their asses kicked by the Shield. Eventually, you saw more talent show up, whether it was Sheamus and Cesaro. You saw the SmackDown locker room empty. The Usos came down. They faced off with Reigns. Looks like, they're going to attack each other, their family. I like seeing that play out. And then eventually, we just had all hell break loose. And we had Cesaro and Sheamus, like I said. The Raw women's roster invaded. They attacked the SmackDown women's roster in the back, laid them out. And Shane McMahon led the charge for SmackDown Live. And we got Raw talent coming in from all sides. And it was really great to see. We have Kurt Angle come from the back. He brings out Strowman. And then Strowman looks at Shane. Shane tries to take him down. That was a very bad idea to do. You don't do that to the monster among men. You don't do that, Shane. And Strowman laid out Shane. And then the Shield, who SmackDown's decimated. They got their asses kicked. Shane's just looking around. He's looking at the Shield, Strowman, Kurt, who are in the ring. And he gets triple powerbomb. And then Angle pulls him up, and they take his face. They show him, all around. This is what's going to happen this Sunday as a reminder. Because you knew Raw was going to get revenge. It was only a matter of time. And Kurt gets right in Shane's face. And he says, if you think this is bad, wait till Sunday. Hits another triple powerbomb by the Shield onto Shane. Angle hits an angle slam onto Shane. And then third time's the charm, I should say, a third triple powerbomb by the Shield to Shane McMahon. And that's how we close out the show here. Raw invaded. Raw has Raw struck back tonight. They got their revenge. And the stage is set for what has potential to be an excellent Survivor Series. This was a really strong go-home show. And my grade for SmackDown Live tonight, I'm going with an A-. That's how much I enjoyed this show. Like I said, it was a breeze to watch. It went by so fast, and that's how these shows should feel. You shouldn't be looking at the clock saying, we still have an hour left. We still have 2 hours, 3 hours. No, these shows, you got promos, you got a big angle, you got some good wrestling. That's good enough for me. So, mission accomplished. So that about does it here for my SmackDown Live review, guys. I want to say thank you all for watching. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button to help continue this channel to grow. Here at youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest thoughts and opinions. Be sure to check me out on Twitter at DanielGuys412 for all my latest tweets. And like I said, I'll be back up here soon with my NXT TakeOver War Games and Survivor Series card preview and predictions. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. See ya.